Imagine being able to live each day with unwavering calm, without being swept away by worries about the future or regrets about the past. What if you could focus all your attention on what is happening now, in this very moment, and find peace even amidst chaos? This is not a utopian ideal. It is a profound practice that the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius cultivated every day. In his famous work Meditations, Marcus Aurelius offers us teachings that are as powerful today as they were nearly 2,000 years ago. Through his reflections, we will learn how to free ourselves from the slavery of time and live in the present. Marcus Aurelius was not only an emperor of Rome, but also a man who constantly sought wisdom and truth in a world filled with chaos and suffering. He faced monumental problems, wars, plagues, and the intricate duties of leading an empire. Despite this, Marcus Aurelius found ways to live in inner peace through Stoicism, a philosophy that advocates for self-discipline, reason, and serenity in all circumstances. One of his most powerful lessons was the importance of living in the present. In this video, we will deeply explore Marcus Aurelius's teachings on how to live in the present and learn how to apply his lessons in our daily lives. From the practice of mindfulness, Prosoché, to the acceptance of fate, Amor, Fati, these Stoic teachings offer us a roadmap to cultivate calm and clarity, regardless of what life throws our way. The trap of time, the past and the future. One of the great sources of human suffering is our relationship with time. We constantly find ourselves reliving the past or anticipating the future, which leaves little room for fully experiencing the present. We regret the decisions we've made, mourn the losses we've suffered, or worry about what the future might hold. However, as Marcus Aurelius points out in Meditations, life only happens in the now. All we have is the present, and living outside of it is to waste the opportunity to truly live. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not let your mind wander to things of the past or the future. You must learn to get used to living only in the present." This phrase encapsulates one of the key principles of Stoicism, the acceptance of the ephemeral nature of time and the necessity of anchoring ourselves in the present moment. The past is no longer under our control, and the future is uncertain. We can only influence the now. Stoicism teaches us that time is a mental construct. The past is a memory and the future an anticipation. Both exist only in our minds. By focusing on what we can control, our actions and decisions in the present, we free ourselves from the emotions and thoughts that drain us. It is in this present where we find true peace and freedom. The power of mindfulness. Prosoché. One of the tools that Marcus Aurelius employed to stay anchored in the present was the practice of mindfulness, known in Stoicism as Prosoché. This is a way of being fully aware and attentive to what is happening in the moment, without being distracted by external thoughts or unnecessary emotions. In a world filled with constant distractions, this practice is more relevant than ever. Marcus Aurelius urges us to focus on our own actions and thoughts in the present. Concentrate your mind on what is being asked of you now, and do it with diligence and seriousness. This moment is all you have, so use it wisely, he writes in Meditations. This focus on the present does not mean that we should ignore the future. Rather, we should prepare for it by living well in the present. In modern terms, Prosoché closely resembles the practice of mindfulness, which has gained popularity worldwide as an effective technique for reducing stress and improving overall well-being. When we practice mindfulness, we take control of our minds and stop reacting automatically to external stimuli. Instead of worrying about what might happen or what has already happened, we concentrate our mental energy on what is occurring right now. Amor, Fati, accepting the present as it is. One of the most powerful concepts in Stoicism is Amor, Fati, which means love of fate. This principle teaches us to accept everything that happens in our lives without resisting or complaining. Marcus Aurelius understood that not everything in life is under our control. In fact, most things that happen are beyond our reach. However, what we can control is our attitude and our response to those events. The philosophy of Amor Fati invites us not only to accept the present but to embrace it with gratitude, even if the circumstances are difficult or painful. Marcus Aurelius wrote, Accept everything that happens to you, even if it seems unpleasant, because the universe has arranged things in such a way that everything fits into the grand scheme of life. Instead of lamenting what we cannot change, the Stoic accepts and finds peace in reality as it is. Applying Amor Fati in our daily lives means stopping the struggle against the inevitable and learning to see difficulties as opportunities for personal growth. When we stop resisting the present, even in moments of adversity, we can experience a profound emotional release. This approach not only helps us live in peace with circumstances, but also allows us to extract valuable lessons from each experience. The importance of daily acts. Marcus Aurelius was an emperor, but he was also a man who believed in the significance of small daily acts. It wasn't just about doing great things, but about acting rightly in every moment. Do not wait to do something great. Do what is right now, at this very moment, and that is enough, he tells us in Meditations. Each day is an opportunity to practice virtue, no matter how insignificant our actions may seem. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the process, not the result. This applies to both our personal goals and our daily interactions. Living in the present means being aware of how our small decisions and daily actions impact our lives and those of others. By cultivating virtue in every moment, whether acting with justice, patience, or compassion, we can live a fuller and more meaningful life. The art of letting go, not clinging to the ephemeral. One of the main sources of anxiety in our lives is our attachment to things that are ultimately temporary. Whether they are material possessions, relationships, or even our own health, everything in life is subject to change and loss. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that we must learn to let go of what is ephemeral and embrace the transient nature of life. Everything you see is perishable, everything that happens is destined to pass, he reminds us in his Reflections. By accepting the impermanence of things, we free ourselves from the emotional burden that comes with clinging to what will eventually disappear. This does not mean we should be insensitive or detached in a cold manner. Rather, we should learn to live fully in the present, without fear of the future or regrets about the past. The ability to let go and accept the fleeting nature of life is essential for living in the present. It allows us to enjoy each moment for what it is, without trying to cling to it or lament when it inevitably changes or disappears. Marcus Aurelius urges us to find beauty in the constant flow of life rather than resisting it. Death as a teacher, memento mori. One of the most powerful teachings of Stoicism is the constant reminder of death, known as memento mori. Although it may seem somber at first, reflecting on our own mortality reminds us that our time in this world is limited and valuable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not act as if you are going to live for 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is possible, be good." This reminder of our own finitude is not meant to create anxiety but to inspire us to live each day with purpose and in the present. Memento mori urges us not to waste our time on useless worries or negative emotions. It invites us to live with urgency, but not haste, appreciating each moment as a gift. By remembering that death is inevitable, we can find greater gratitude for the present and a willingness to let go of control over what we cannot change. This practice frees us from fear and allows us to live a more authentic and meaningful life. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius on living in the present are not merely abstract philosophy. They are practical guidance for facing the daily challenges of life. In a world full of distractions, worries, and stress, his Stoic reflections offer a way to live with greater serenity and clarity. By applying principles such as mindfulness, acceptance of fate, and the reminder of death, we can learn to live in the present moment and find peace, regardless of the circumstances. Marcus Aurelius invites us to stop fighting against time, to let go of attachment to the ephemeral, and to find beauty and purpose in each moment we live. When we practice these principles, we not only improve our quality of life, but also cultivate the wisdom and strength necessary to face any challenge with grace and resilience. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, leave your comment on how you will apply these Stoic teachings in your life, and share this knowledge with those who might benefit from it. See you in the next video.